Mr. Reed, your first meeting is here.
Alexander had been the CEO of Zenith Corp for almost a decade now, and it seemed like every day was a constant battle to keep the company afloat. He was already feeling drained before the day had even started. The competition was fierce, and the pressure to continuously innovate and increase profits was unrelenting. It was a never-ending cycle of meetings, negotiations, and decisions, with no time for rest or reflection. As he booted up his laptop, Alexander couldn't help but think about the board of directors meeting. They were pressuring him to make drastic cost-cutting measures, and he knew it would not be an easy discussion. He had been dreading it all week. Alexander took a deep breath and tried to put on his best professional demeanor as he welcomed the first of many guests for the day. But as the day progressed, he found himself growing more and more exhausted. By the time his last meeting ended, he was mentally and emotionally drained. As Alexander made his way to his car, he couldn't help but feel like his life had become a never-ending blur of meetings and decisions. He missed the days when he could sit down and have a meaningful conversation with someone. He drove home, his mind still racing with thoughts and worries about the company. As he pulled into his driveway, he noticed a man sitting on his doorstep, reading a book. Alexander was taken aback. He didn't recognize the man, and he didn't recall having any appointments scheduled for the evening. As he got out of his car, the man stood up and walked towards him. He was a tall, thin man with a long beard and a serene smile on his face.
Hello, Mr. Reed. My name is Henry. I've been waiting for you.
Alexander was hesitant, but something about the man's peaceful presence made him feel at ease.
I'm sorry, do I know you? I don't recall having any meetings scheduled for this evening.
No, we have never met before. But I believe I can be of great help to you, and trust me, I have been sent by your well-wisher.
Alexander was skeptical, but he was also intrigued. He couldn't remember the last time someone had offered to help him without wanting anything in return.
I'm sorry, but I really should be going inside.
I understand, Mr. Reed, but please just hear me out. I have a proposition for you that could greatly benefit you and your company.
Fine, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. I won't take much of your time.
They walked to Alexander's front porch, where Henry took a seat on the swing. Alexander sat down next to him, feeling a bit uncomfortable at the thought of a stranger on his porch.
Mr. Reed, I have been studying the world of business for many years now, and I have noticed a common trend among successful leaders like yourself. They all have one thing in common: the ability to listen.
Listen? Of course I listen. That's what I do in every meeting all day long.
Oh, Mr. Reed, I mean truly listen. Most people only listen to respond, to argue, or to get their point across. But very few truly listen to understand.
I'm not sure I understand. What do you mean by truly listening?
Truly listening means immersing yourself in the present moment, in what the other person is saying without any judgment or interruption. It means paying attention not only to their words, but also to their body language and emotions. It requires silence, both external and internal, so that you can fully absorb what is being said.
Alexander was silent for a moment, letting Henry's words sink in. He realized that he couldn't remember the last time he had truly listened to someone without thinking about his own response or agenda.
I see. And what do you propose I do with this newfound knowledge?
I propose that you put it into practice, Mr. Reed. You are the leader of a large corporation, and your decisions have a ripple effect on your employees and your company. If you can learn to truly listen, it will not only benefit you personally, but also have a profound impact on your company and its success.
Alexander was quiet for a moment. He couldn't deny that he was intrigued by Henry's words, but he also couldn't imagine how he could possibly incorporate silence and listening into his busy and hectic life as a CEO.
Mr. Reed, I understand that this is a lot to take in, but I believe that even small changes can have a big impact. My proposition is for you to try it out for just 1 week. For 1 week, try to minimize your speech and focus on truly listening in your meetings and interactions. I guarantee you will see a difference.
Alexander was hesitant, but there was something about Henry's calm and confident demeanor that made him believe that maybe this could work.
Fine, I'll give it a try. But if it doesn't work, I hope you understand that I have a company to run and cannot afford to waste my time.
I understand, Mr. Reed. I will see you in 1 week. Thank you for giving me a chance.
Alexander watched as Henry walked down the street, feeling a mix of curiosity and skepticism. He couldn't imagine how this experiment would turn out, but he was willing to give it a try. The next week was a blur of meetings and negotiations, but Alexander had a newfound focus. He made a conscious effort to minimize his speech and truly listen in each interaction. At first, it was difficult. He wanted to jump in and offer his own thoughts and opinions, but he forced himself to remain silent and listen. To his surprise, he found that his employees were more engaged and open when he truly listened to them. In his negotiations with the board of directors, he noticed that when he truly listened to their concerns, he was able to come up with more creative and mutually beneficial solutions. As the week went on, Alexander began to feel a sense of peace and clarity that he hadn't felt in a long time. He realized that by embracing silence and truly listening, he was able to let go of the constant chaos and stress of corporate life. He felt like he was finally in control of his mind and thoughts, instead of the other way around. On the day of Henry's return, Alexander was eager to share his experience with him. When Henry arrived, Alexander was surprised to see the chairman of the board with him. Chairman was his mentor and guru from the time he started off his career. He invited them into his office. He suddenly realized that it was the chairman who put Henry to guide and coach him. Henry asked with a smile, "So, Mr. Reed, how was your week?"
It was enlightening. I must admit, I was skeptical at first, but I found that by truly listening, I was able to not only improve my interactions with others, but also find a sense of peace and clarity within myself.
I'm glad to hear that, Mr. Reed. You see, in the fast-paced world of business, we often forget to take a step back and listen. We get so caught up in the chaos and urgency that we forget to truly connect with those around us. And in doing so, we miss out on valuable insights and opportunities.
Alexander realized that Henry was right. In his constant pursuit of success, he had forgotten the importance of human connection and understanding. In the high-stress environment, the ability to remain silent and not react impulsively is the key to finding a peaceful resolution to conflicts. It shows that you are in control of your emotions and can handle difficult situations calmly and thoughtfully.
Thank you, Henry. You have shown me a new way of approaching my role as a leader. I will make sure to incorporate this into my daily life.
I am glad to hear that, Mr. Reed. But remember, this is not a one-time experiment. It is a continuous practice. I urge you to continue incorporating silence and truly listening into your life and your leadership. I am confident it will bring even greater success and fulfillment to you and your company.
Friends, the power of silence should not be underestimated in personal life or in the business world. It has the ability to enhance communication, build relationships, and bring clarity and focus. It can also be a powerful tool in negotiations, conflict resolution, and personal well-being. So, let us not be afraid of silence, but embrace it and use it to our advantage. As the famous quote goes, "Silence is a source of great strength." Thanks for joining Relentless Storyteller in exploring the power of silence and its positive impact on our well-being. If our stories resonate with you, please subscribe, like, share, and comment on our videos. Stay happy and stay blessed. Always.